Hello, Coach Holmes here, and today we're actually going to be talking about a new unit on transformations. And the first type of transformation we're going to be talking about is called translation. So, what is translation exactly? Well, first off, translation is moving a figure without rotating nor reflecting. So initially what we're trying to do is we're trying to slide the figure, okay? So for example, if I have this calculator right here, right? If I want to translate it, I can just slide it up left to right or slide it up and down. Okay? But I'm not rotating this calculator, nor I'm not flipping it. It's just in the same general position. Okay? This is what a translation would look like. If I could just slide or move the figure up and down, left to right. That's a translation. Now, another key term that you may hear every once in a while is called a vector. Vector is a quantity that is measured in both direction and magnitude. It's almost like basically it's starting out from an initial point and actually going in that direction. It actually measures direction and the length that you're going. Okay? And how far you're going too. It's not just a general direction, but it's also how far you're going. That's what we call a vector. Now, how does a vector work? Well, you have the initial point, and you have P, and you have the terminal point, Q. Initial is just a starting point. Terminal point is an ending point. So, for example, if we look at this, this will be my initial point. This will be my terminal point, right where the arrow's at. That's where it ends, okay? Now, vertical is going to be dealing with up and down. But here's the catch. When we go up, the value is positive. When we go down, the value is negative. Just like on a graph with the y values. If you're going up with the y values, the y is going to be positive. If you're going down with the values of y, it's going to be negative. Now, horizontal, that's right to left. But check this out. Right will be positive, left will be negative. Okay? So, I'm going to change this real quick. So it's just like the regular x value. So it's just like a regular x value, where if you go right one direction, it's positive. If you go left in the other direction, it's negative. Okay? That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna look. It's just like if you're graphing a point. Now the vector, or the component for it, is measured just like this, where you have, instead of parentheses, it's basically a greater than, it's basically a less than and a greater than sign in between. Okay? It's between both of them. Okay? So instead of parentheses, we use less than and greater than signs to actually put the value or the direction and the length in between. So, for example, if I want to look at this vector real quick, I gotta figure out how many units is going right, how many units is going up. I gotta figure out the direction of it. So if I go 1, 2, 3, so my first value x is going to be 3. If I go up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my vector is 3 comma 5. It's going 3 to the right, 5 up. Simple as that. That's all you gotta do to find the vector. Next, I'm going to have this vector. But notice, well, first I'm going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my vector is, so my x value is 6. Oh, I got it wrote. There we go. But check this out. I have to go down just to get to the arrow. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Now I did change this up right here, but that's just because I want to be able to get a negative x value. So I'm going to go to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So negative 5 going up is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this time I'm going to the left, which makes it negative, and I'm going up 4 units. That's what's going to help me out. As long as I know the direction, as well as the negative or the positive value for that direction, I'll be in good shape in determining what the component would be. Now, we do have different translation rules. But, again, it all works out the same way when it comes to direction on a coordinate grid. So, for example, if I have x plus a number, let me rewrite that. That's going to go to the right. So anything that's adding is going to go to the right. Now if the x is negative, it's going to go to the left. So horizontal is anything going left or right. Vertical, we know, is going up or down. But it's going to affect the y value for it. So for example, if we have y plus a number, it's going to go up. But if we have y minus a number, it's going to go down. Okay? So it's very important and very much key to recognize whether or not we have a positive or a negative for us. Now, what the number tells us is how far it's going to go. For example, if we have, don't write this down, but if we have x plus 2, it's telling us it's going to write 2 units. Okay? So the number actually tells us the direction that we're going. Now, when it comes to transformations, especially translations, but mostly with transformations, all types of transformations, there's 2 different images that we're dealing with. We have the pre-image and the image. Pre-image is what happens before the transformation. Image is what happens after the transformation. Now, first off, I want to be able to draw out the pre-image of the figure. So I'm going to plot my points at 1, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me 1 sec so I can make some changes because I don't like the location I'm putting in. Okay? So, that is my image. This is, not my image, excuse me. This is my pre-image. This is before the transformation. Okay? So I have this figure right here. Now, my pre-image, my image is going to be this transformation right here, x minus 6, y plus 3. Which, what that tells me is that this tells me I'm going to go to the left 6 units for each spot, and I'm going to go up 3 units. So, for example, if I start at A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 3, 1, 2, 3, right here. I'm going to put up A with an apostrophe. And what that little apostrophe tells me is how many transformations that I did. I did my first transformation, so I get 1 apostrophe. We may have been dealing with 2 different types of transformations in one time, but for right now, we're just dealing with the 1. Okay? So that's my first transformation for point A. I gotta do the same thing for B. Remember, I go 6 units to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I go up 3 units. 1, 2, 3. B with an apostrophe. And then I do the same thing for C, but again, I still gotta go 6 units to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And then I just draw my image. So initially, it's pretty much the same figure. I just translate it and slide it over. Now, it didn't rotate, it didn't reflect. It's kind of in that same general spot, the same general shape. Okay? So that's what a translation does. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about, we're going to go over another example. So this time we're going to have some negative values. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is points B, A, C. Okay, so again, those are my values. Now this time it's telling me I need to go right 3 units. So I'm starting at A, I'm going to point it at red. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is A apostrophe. So that's my first transformation. B, remember, I go 3 units to the right. 1, 2, 3. 8 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And then 3 units to the right for C. 1, 2, 3. And I just went down, just went down 8 units for point C. And then I just draw my figure accordingly. Okay? So that's how it will look. This is how it will look for translation. It's literally taking this shape and sliding it accordingly. Now, we do focus on going up and down, left to right, rather than doing a diagonal. But initially, we are moving it in a diagonal figure. We are moving it diagonally. But we're dealing with the location of from up and down and left to right. But the biggest thing I want you to remember is the translation rules. Okay? X plus one number goes to the right. x minus the number goes to the left. Y plus the number goes up, and y minus the number goes down. If you can remember those transformation rules, you will do just fine with translations. Thank you and have a good day.